The story continues, and Neon sneaks away from her bodyguards to attend an auction. She encounters Chrollo, the leader of the Phantom Troupe, who helps her bypass security. Chrollo then uses his Nen ability, Skill Hunter, to steal Neon's fortune-telling power. This ability allows him to take others' Nen powers. After knocking her out, Chrollo instructs his group to cause chaos at the auction. Meanwhile, the 10 Mafia Dons hire assassins Silva and Zeno Zoldyck to deal with the Phantom Troupe. A fierce battle erupts between them and Chrollo. Illuma informs Silva and Zeno that he killed the Dons under Chrollo's orders. Leading them to leave the fight, the Scarlet Eyes, a valuable item, are put up for auction, and Kurapika, following orders, purchases them. Learning of the troupe's supposed demise, Kurapika falls into despair. Chrollo orders the troupe to leave the city, but Nobunaga refuses, seeking revenge for Uvajan's death. Chrollo then uses Neon's ability to predict the deaths of several troupe members, including Hisoka. Hisoka's fortune hints at betrayal, angering Chrollo, who demands an explanation from him. Hisoka admits to meeting a mysterious chain user, but refuses to reveal more, threatening to fight if pressed further. The troupe analyzes Hisoka's fortune again, interpreting Sword of Law as a sign that Hisoka is prevented from revealing information. However, this is actually an illusion created by Hisoka using his Nen to trick them into staying in Yorknew City. They also decipher that leaving the city would lead to the deaths of more than half of the troupe. With this revelation, Chrollo decides to remain. Meanwhile, Kurapika reunites with Gon, Killua, and Leorio. After explaining the conditions of his chain jail and judgment chain, Kurapika receives a text from Hisoka revealing the fake bodies, leaving him conflicted. Gon and Killua offer to help take down the troupe, and Kurapika agrees. They devise a plan to capture Pakunoda for her information-gathering ability. However, they encounter numerous duplicates of the troupe's hideout created by Kurapika to confuse them. Kurapika seeks assistance from Melody, who can hear over long distances. With the troupe aware of Kurapika's affiliation with the Nostrade family and his pursuit of the Scarlet Eyes, they try to track down the troupe's movements. When the troupe heads towards the hotel room containing the Scarlet Eyes, Kurapika calls Squala to evacuate with the eyes, acting as a decoy. As the troupe rushes to the hotel, Kurapika and Gon follow. When the troupe realizes they are being followed, Chrollo, Maki, and Shizuku turn back while the others continue the pursuit. They catch a glimpse of Gon and Kurapika before Killua takes Kurapika's place. After Gon and Killua are discovered by the troupe and suspected of knowing about the chain user, they're taken to a hotel to await Pakunoda's arrival. Meanwhile, Squala is captured by other troupe members. Pakunoda uses her Nen ability, Memory Bomb, to share the information extracted from Squala with Nobunaga and Kurapika. Later, Pakunoda, Kurapika, and Nobunaga arrive at the hotel. As Gon and Killua are about to be interrogated, the lights go out as part of Kurapika's plan. He then captures Chrollo, leaving a note for the troupe. Using Chrollo's phone, Kurapika issues 3 demands, threatening to kill Chrollo if they're not met. He orders Pakunoda not to communicate with the troupe and instructs her to meet him alone at an airport. Kurapika tells Nobunaga that all troupe members must return to their hideout or else Chrollo will die. Pakunoda meets Kurapika and is subjected to his judgment chains, with conditions set for both her and Chrollo. Chrollo is forbidden from using Nen or contacting the troupe, while Pakunoda must bring Gon and Killua unharmed by midnight without mentioning Kurapika. She returns with the boys, and as they head towards an airship, Hisoka appears. He demands to join the exchange, threatening Gon and Killua's lives to ensure a battle with Chrollo. After the exchange, Gon, Killua, and Kurapika leave, leaving Hisoka and Chrollo to face off. Crollo reveals to Hisoka that a judgment chain restricts his nen use, disappointing him. After Hisoka leaves, unwilling to fight Crollo under the circumstances, Pakunoda returns to the troupe's hideout and shares her memories and feelings with 6 members using her memory bomb ability. Soon after, Kurapika's judgment chain activates, incapacitating Pakunoda instantly. Moving on, the auction for Greed Island commences. Gon and Killua approach the auction winner, Batara, seeking permission to play the game. Batara, looking for skilled hunters, tests them but finds them lacking. Killua suggests they develop their own nen abilities. Killua creates the ability to discharge electricity, while Gon develops his explosive punch technique, also known as his rock-paper-scissors technique, in its early stages. Meanwhile, Kurapika and Melody leave Yorknew City to resume their work with the Nostrade family, while Leorio pursues his dream of becoming a doctor. Batara wins all 7 copies of Greed Island and holds a screening for other hunters. Gon and Killua showcase their new nen abilities and gain entry. All participants gather at a mansion where Greed Island consoles are set up. Gon is the first to enter the game using the memory card and ring given by Jing. They are briefed on the rules by Etsa to collect all 100 restricted cards to beat the game. Before entering, a message from Jing plays from the ring, stating that he and his friends created the game, but it holds no clues to his whereabouts. As Gon and Killua explore Greed Island, they notice they're being followed by a mysterious girl, who later introduces herself as Biscuit or Bisky. She reveals herself as a pro hunter, and offers to teach them nen with her 40 years of experience. Killua's shocked reaction earns him a swift punch from Bisky. She explains she was Wing's nen teacher, and effortlessly defeats a suspicious individual approaching them. Impressed by her strength, Gon and Killua agree to train under her. Using the defeated individual as a training dummy, Bisky helps Gon and Killua improve their agility. Once their training is complete, they release their hapless opponent and continue training. They soon realize the next hunter exam is approaching. Killua uses a passage ticket card to obtain his hunter's license in the real world before returning to Greed Island. With Bisky's guidance, they collect a significant number of restricted cards on their journey. They encounter an NPC who tasks them with driving pirates out of a city to obtain the patch of shore restricted card. Joining forces with 12 other players, they head to the pirate base and meet one of the game masters, Razor. A competition ensues, but despite their efforts, they face defeat, although Killua gains valuable information. After the group disbands, Gon searches for new teammates and finds a player named Crollo in his book. Intrigued, they use an accompany card to locate the player, only to discover it's Hisoka. He reveals he's searching for Crollo. Despite knowing his untrustworthiness, Bisky recruits Hisoka to their team. They form a group with 10 other players and return to the pirate base. As the final match approaches, Razor announces that they'll be playing dodgeball. With intense music playing in the background, the match begins. Killua acts as the ball wall, and with a resounding Jan Kengu Yu, he launches the ball at Razor. Despite Razor's attempt to deflect it, Hisoka intervenes using his bungee gum, ultimately securing the win for his team. After the victory, Gon asks Razor about his father, Jing. Razor admits he knows nothing about Jing's whereabouts but acknowledges how Jing positively impacted his life. Gon is then rewarded with the patch of shore card, and shortly after, Hisoka leaves. As Gon and his group walk, they are contacted by Genthru using a contact card, who threatens their lives for the patch of shore card, revealing he had killed Gon's former teammates. Enraged, Gon challenges Genthru, but they realize they must fight him and his squad to beat the game. Assuming Sesgara possesses the patch of shore card, he and his group agree to hold off Genthru for 3 weeks to allow Gon and Killua to recover and plan. In exchange, Sesgara will receive the lucky Alexandrite card. After negotiating, Sesgara's group sets out to confront Genthru, while Gon trains with Bisky and Killua waits for his injuries to heal. Roughly 3 weeks later, Genthru and his teammates locate Gon, Killua, and Bisky. They split up as part of their plan, engaging in individual battles. Bisky transforms into her Hulk form and takes on Bara, while Killua faces Sub. Gon confronts Genthru, ready for the showdown. Killua showcases his new yo-yo technique against Sub, overpowering him with a 50-kilogram yo-yo to the head. With Sub defeated, Gon faces off against Genthru, ready to settle the score. Just as Gon is about to strike with his Jan Kengu Yu move, Genthru pleads for a pause. They tie up Genthru, Sub, and Bara, demanding the cards they stole from other Greed Island players. With the stolen cards collected, Gon now possesses 99 out of the 100 restricted cards, with only card number 0 remaining. Shortly after, an announcement is made about an event honoring a player collecting 99 restricted cards. Gon participates in a quiz contest and emerges as the winner, obtaining the final card he needs. As a reward for completing the game, Gon can choose 3 restricted cards from Greed Island for use in the real world. Gon, Killua, and Bisky each select a card: Blue Planet, Paladin's Necklace, and an accompany card disguised as a Patch of Shore restricted card using a transform card. Gon uses his Paladin's Necklace to reveal the true nature of Killua's card. Reflecting on his journey, Gon remembers encountering the name Nig on Greed Island, which he realizes is an anagram for Jing. He suspects his father brought him to Greed Island as a baby. Gon and Killua bid farewell to Bisky and use the accompany card to transport themselves to the individual named Nig. Upon arrival, they discover it's not Jing but his former student Kite. Kite explains his role as a biological surveyor and his investigation into the Chimera Ants. As Kite's co-workers examine a queen ant's claw, they notice its unusual size, raising concerns about the dangerous species. As Kite, Gon, and Killua continue their research, they head to NGL in search of the Chimera Ant nest. Meanwhile, the queen Chimera Ant begins consuming humans, producing Chimera Ants like Colt, who is the first to communicate with speech and display a human-like personality. With more humans consumed, she creates soldiers and prepares to give birth to her royal guard and the king. While navigating NGL, they encounter Ramot, a Chimera Ant. Kite instructs Gon and Killua to test their skills against him. With a powerful combo, they send Ramot flying, only for Colt to swoop in and return him to the nest. Exposed to Gon and Killua's Nen abilities, Ramot awakens his own Nen. Colt observes and realizes that Nen-enhanced hits can trigger Nen awakening, instructing Ramot to strike him while his Nen is active. As one of the royal guards, Pito, is born, Colt also awakens his Nen. Pito senses Pokol hiding and kills him, extracting information about Nen from his body. After studying the human brain, Pito uses antennae to extract information from Pokol's brain, confirming that Nen can be awakened by the impact of a Nen attack. The Chimera Ants gather to undergo the awakening process. After battling waves of Chimera Ants, Kite remembers he has Jing's hunter license and gives it to Gon, instructing him to return it to Jing when they find him. As they approach the Chimera Ant nest, Pito senses their presence while Kite feels Pitu's immense aura. Sensing danger, Kite instructs Gon and Killua to flee, but before they can react, Pito emits a malevolent aura aimed at them. Gon attempts to power up, but Killua quickly intervenes and flees with Gon from NGL. Killua contacts Kite's co-workers for backup, who arrive with reinforcements including Netero, Nav, and Morel. Netero informs Killua about the challenge involving 2 assassins in a nearby village, where they must defeat them to continue fighting in NGL.